ও কেও বন্ধু কাজল ভ্রমরারে কোন দিন আসিবেন বন্ধু কয়া জান রে ও কেও বন্ধু কাজল ভ্রমরারে কোন দিন আসিবেন বন্ধু কয়া জান রে যদি বন্ধু যাইবার চায় ঘরের
They all had numbers. Jeans tucked into their high-ankle sneakers, they strutted through the airport lounge, moving en masse. As we worked our way up the corridors leading to the airplane, many stopped at the small gap just before the entrance. The gate had gone. The sad faces looked out longingly at the small figures silhouetted on the rooftops. They waved, and they waved, and they waved. The stewardesses had seen it all before, and rounded them up, herding them into the aircraft. One by one, they disengaged themselves from that opening, probably realizing for the first time just what they were leaving behind. As in the case of the others, his had been no ordinary farewell. They had all come from the village to see him off. Last night, as they slept outside the exclusive passenger lounge, they had prayed together.
Und ist das eine Kilometerbegrenzung? Ja.
The free market economy encourages the mobility of goods, but the flow of people works only in certain directions. Power, race, and class separate adventure from ordeal, and escape from exile. Selective barriers create the gradients in social balance between and within societies. Unidirectional valves that allow one to serve, but never to enjoy the fruit of one's labor, and never perhaps to return to the shade of the banyan tree.
आज के लिए अप्लाई कितना पहले किया था?
6 साल हो गए हैं इस बार।
आने के
Exile,
अप्लाई किया
distant,
अभी तक कुछ नहीं हुआ।
foreign, strangers.
आपको
So many connotations.
आपसे क्या चाहिए?
The reasons for the exodus, however real they may then have been, seem now to be surmountable. The awaiting welcome, always so tantalizingly beautiful, but the return, still so difficult. Not because the place is so far away, or the circumstances so precarious, but because one is never sure, and the decision to return is personal. While when leaving, there were many more heads that decided. The risks, the dilemma, the uncertainty of not knowing enough about oneself are generally more threatening than the fears that drove one away in the first place. Is free choice always so free? Is it free choice when the only choice left is to leave all that one has known? The smell of jasmine in the cool night air, the clouds of spring, the boatman's song, memories, dreams in iridescent colors, painful yet sweet reminders of how it used to be. Is it free choice when one chooses to leave, knowing he may never again rest in the shade of the banyan tree?
उनके साथ इनका बहुत प्यार है। इंसान इंसान है और जानवर जानवर है। ठीक है, ये इतना प्यार अगर हम इंसान आपस में करने लगे तो मैं समझता हूँ कि इंसान इंसान को कभी ना
People without names in a matrix of statistics. Superfluous collectives with no human form. That fragile path back for the exile becomes the most difficult bridge to cross. To return from being a statistic to a person. It is a story about journeys, displacement, crossing of borders, of accepting unequal rights, of less claim to land and citizenship. The shade of the banyan tree remains as elusive as ever. Like the banyan tree, to send down roots as we spread, until once the real root looks the same as the secondary ones. That is the fear, that burden of identity that we have always cherished as a virtue. Feelings that essentially exclude those within and those without, each exiled by the other, all searching for the banyan tree. Branches, a mass of green, spread as a canopy on stilts. Shade for the weary traveller, perhaps also for the exiled. It is exile to be forced into a society where 14-hour shifts of repetitive drudgery earns barely enough to keep the human machine moving. It is exile to be free, to roam the streets forever in search of a day's job, to struggle to keep the hunger away for another day. It is exile to be free, to sell one's body to the most frequent customer, knowing that the ones you earn for may never accept you back in their society. It is exile to know there is no going back.
उसका इन लोगों को भी फायदा होगा, स्टोया देंगे, सब कुछ करेंगे, लेकिन 6 साल से हम यहाँ पे नजरबंद हैं। हम किसी दूसरे स्टार्ट में नहीं जा सकते, किसी और जगह नहीं जा सकते, 30 किलोमीटर के अंदर हम रह सकते हैं।
Was nützt alles Geld? shouts will proclaim, your utterance I'm on blame, you shall hear, your utterance I'm on blame, you shall hear. What is right and what is wrong, by the law, what is right and what is wrong, by the law. What is right and what is wrong, a short word and a long, a weak man is strong for to draw, a weak man is strong for to draw. Hey John, what's my name? Hey John, what's my name? Hey John, what's my name? Your foes will proclaim, your utterance I'm on blame, you shall hear, your utterance I'm on blame, you shall hear.
To return to the old songs, familiar smells, unfinished conversations. The touch of bare feet on freshly coated clay, to the shade of the banyan tree.